Thank you all for coming. I'm Rob Manfredi, president of Bamboo Solutions, and we are so excited to finally have our first release of one of our top-selling enterprise products for on-prem SharePoint, now available for SharePoint Online, and this is Alert Plus. What we'll see today is an overview of Bamboo. We'll see an overview of features and capabilities. We'll take a look at the website so you can see how to get Alert Plus, and then we're going to see a demo of the product. It truly is as revolutionary in SharePoint Online as it is on-prem. The ability to push out notifications and meaningful alerts that you can manage for your users is one of the best productivity boosters we've seen for SharePoint. And we'll go through a bunch of use cases today as well. So if you have an interest in trying this product out, we do offer 30-day trials. We'd love to set that up with you. We don't quite have the self-service trial ready because we want to be a part of that trial experience and make sure that it's the best experience and we answer all of the questions that you can have. So we're about to see some things that you didn't think SharePoint could do with a product that is already generated a ton of interest from our current install base that has moved to SharePoint Online and still sees this as a critical feature to their successful SharePoint implementation. So let's go ahead and talk quick. Bamboo Solutions. We are a global leading provider of services and applications extending Microsoft SharePoint and the whole 365 platform. We do both products and we do services. We do a ton of work around migrations, portal builds, as well as developing our products. So we currently have over 8,000 customers using our products worldwide. We're a Microsoft Gold partner. We've got Fortune 50 customers using our products all the way down to small 15 or 20 person climbing gyms that are now relying more and more on the features and functions of Office 365 and find that there are functional white spaces that Bamboo can help close with our high value, affordable products that we have on the market. What makes us different? Our experience makes us different. We've been building products for over 10 years. We have some 40 plus consultants and developers that create these products. We've got a very high customer satisfaction and a ton of references if needed. So we're looking forward to working with you and your team to see what we can do for you. So let's take a look at Alerts Plus as an overview. So what is it trying to do? So essentially what we're doing is we're creating custom alerts, and these are emails. So these Alerts Plus allows you to create, rather than the user selecting what they want to be alerted on, you as an administrator can create alerts on lists and items that notify business users when an item has been created, when an item has changed, and even more importantly, if an item simply exists in a list. And these alerts can be very meaningful in that we can gauge when you send them. Do you want to send them ASAP? In SharePoint Online, that means at least 15 minutes, or once a day. It's a list that you want to check and run your rules against only at the end of the day or a certain time of the day so that there's not too many alerts being sent. And those alerts, when you set them up, we can apply business rules that make the alert smarter. So you can create Boolean logic against the data to trigger those alerts. So once that alert is sent, we can then pull information out of that list and put it into the email so that they understand why they're getting alerted and what their action is. And that even includes the to and from fields. And what we'll see in the demo today is even something as simple as a task list, right? You can create business rules such as, hey, a task is coming due within, let's say, 5 days, but the status is still not completed. So we want to create an alert and send it to the task owner of that list item, and then include information about that task in the email. So in a sense, that list item, nothing has changed, yet we're able to roll through the list, run the business rules, and create alerts to proactively let those users know something is coming due. So the way we're doing that, and we'll see in the architectural piece, is we're using Azure Services to pull those lists. And we have architected the solution such that companies can use our Azure service to run that backend, or the product can point to your Azure service, right? So we've got two different models of implementing Alerts Plus. We'll also, if we're going to implement this into your Azure environment, we'll assist with the installation, training, and update for your team, because a lot of times running Azure services is new and you may need an extra set of hands, and that's all included in the purchase price of the product. So Alerts Plus, it's all about the reminders. Here's some great use cases of why you may want to use Alerts Plus. Project Help. You want to alert users when tasks are assigned or about to be late, right? We just went through that example. Let's say you want to manage risks. So you want to set threshold alerts when values in a list reach a critical level. It could be inventory. It could be customer satisfaction. It could be anything that you're tracking in a list that when an item in that list reaches a certain value, you want to run an alert and send it out to the appropriate people. Making the alerts meaningful, so you're not just full of SharePoint alerts in your inbox, will help people respond more proactively to those alerts, right? So you're controlling the alerts and you can ensure the information is delivered on time. Easy implementation. If you're using our Azure service, we can get you up and running in an hour. If we need to install it in your Azure service, we work with your team, we get it up and running, we tie the two pieces together, and off you go. So the key points architecturally that I want to go through for how Alerts Plus work is that there are two components to the product. There is the Azure backend, which has all the triggers, the business logic, and that pulls the lists looking for alerts to be created and sent. All that happens in Azure, right? That Azure service is mostly stateless services that are microservices running in Azure and really are the backbone of what happens. There is a SharePoint front end, which is where you configure the alerts. You set up the business rules, you set up the timing, you set up the emails, just make sure, the emails and their formatting, right, which then get passed off to the Azure service so that we can then run it and do the alerts. We've architected it such that we can support millions of requests and alerts. And believe me, from our on-prem experience, we have customers that have tens of thousands of alerts that go out, and we've made this system such that that's possible in the cloud. What's another interesting piece we've architected is over here on the right. We support, when we're sending out the emails from Azure to your users, we're using either the Graph API, but we're also using the SharePoint REST API. And we did both because folks in the government world that are on a GCC or GCC High platform do not have access to the Graph API. So we wanted this product, and we've got lots of government customers, to be as effective in a secure environment where Graph API is not allowed, but also use Graph API because it's Microsoft's best practice if it is available there. So as Graph API becomes more and more implemented into those higher environments, we'll be ready for it there as well. So don't worry if you are on a GCC or GCC High Gov Cloud, the product works just as well there. If we're using our Azure services, we are using Key Vault so that our systems can talk to your tenant to just send the emails and pull the lists. Highly secure, highly scalable, and we don't know any of your passwords. That's all managed by Microsoft in the Key Vault. Happy to talk with you about that in detail. I'm sure we will. It's a complicated product, but it's doing a very simple task that every customer needs. So the way that looks, very simple. You've got your SharePoint site here and your lists. You set up your rules in SharePoint. Those get set into a storage table. That storage table is looking at triggers and pulling the lists. When something happens, we create emails, and we send those emails either through the Graph API or the REST API back to your users via email form. So this Azure service is the heart and the backbone, and this is what runs either in our shared instance of Azure or in your Azure instance where this is completely self-contained in your environment. Either way is fine with us. Let's take a look at what that looks like from a licensing and purchasing standpoint. So I'm going to bring over Our website. Here's the Bamboo Solutions website. There's emoji our panda that you see all over the place, who obviously loves bamboo. Under products, the left-hand side or the blue side is all of our Office 365 products. The green side on the right is our on-prem, SharePoint 2013, 16, 19, and 22 products there. So what we'll do is we'll go to View All Products, which brings up a list of all of our SharePoint Online products. I'm so proud to say we are up to 25 products for SharePoint Online. And the number of trials we get every week is just growing exponentially. And we're super excited about this year and the maturity of people using SharePoint Online and the need for third-party products. Here's Alert Plus. And what I want to go through here are the two pricing options. So as you know, Bamboo is a true believer of a software license and maintenance model. We do not sell our products on a per user per month subscription. We believe that the operational risks of having a subscription far outweigh us trying to build a per user per month subscription fee. It is software that is installed into your site. It is a perpetual license that can be used across the entire tenant and for as many users as you want. That's all of our products. However, we've got two implementations of Alerts Plus. We have it running in our Azure environment or in yours. If we're using your Azure environment, we're going to sell a license and maintenance model. The product is one-time $13,000 in the first year. That includes all the Azure services and the client side. It's a perpetual license. It also includes installation help from us to get it into your Azure environment. And then second year maintenance is 22%. There is an additional maintenance cost if you're over 2,000 users in SharePoint, but we can talk about that one-on-one. If you're going to use our Azure service, all of a sudden we're in the role of having to keep Azure running for our customers. So we have, for the first time, created a subscription. It is not a per user per month. It is a simple flat $5,000 per year. And that provides the product and access to our Azure services for some ungodly amount of alerts per month. So that's where we're starting. We think it's a great price. We've looked at all different ways of doing it. It's new to us. Hopefully, as we get more and more customers, that price may come down. But we're really excited that we think the price point is something that is accessible to all, because this product is super important for we think every SharePoint site. Okay. Let's move on now to see how the product works. So I've got two things. I've got a list, a task list here, and I've got 4 tasks in here. Prepare for a webinar, create a deck, create the invitation, and this task that's past due. We've got standard categories. I've got a status here of not started, in progress, and not started. And I've got some due dates. This one's due 5 days from now. This one's due 3 days from now, 6 days, and this is 6 days ago. I've got an assigned to field, which is me, so I can get my alerts. What I've done in Alerts Plus is I've created, through our Alerts Plus web part, this is the SharePoint side, 3 alerts that are going to monitor that list and create emails and alerts based on the business rules that are set up. So let's take the first one. This is send an email to the assigned person when a task is created. So we gave it an alert name. We enabled it, which is enabled or disabled. We picked the URL of the target list. We grabbed the list within that site collection. And we've got 2 timing options: as soon as possible, which means we'll monitor it every 15 minutes, run the rules, and send the emails out, or we'll do it daily. If you choose daily, you can select the hour that you want those alerts to check the list. 12 a.m., 12 noon, 1 p.m., whatever, it doesn't matter. And you can choose the time zone that you want that to run. So some alerts, you don't want it ASAP, right? You may want it to run just once a day and send out the appropriate alerts. In this case, what triggers the alert is item created. The 3 options are items created, item changed, or an item exists. So in this case, we did item created, all items. And then when we went over here, we format the alert email, right? So we can actually toggle back and forth there as well. We set the from field. The to is using the list column assigned to. The subject, hello, assigned to, again, from the list. And you can select all your data from your list here. But the curly bars and the column name is really all you need. A new task has been created and assigned to you. And here's the title of the task. And then a link to the list. Thank you, alerts team. Pretty straightforward. But when a new task is created and assigned to me, I would get an email that comes to me either ASAP or once a day that shows all of the information that was put in for that alert. And it's really just an email that comes from the alerts team. Of course, it can be as formatted as you want. And you know us, we never do good formatting and the like. Okay, so that is the first alert. Let's get a little more complicated. Let's create an alert for a task that is coming due in 5 days. So in this case, we're going to use the same URL of the target list. We're going to say, we're going to grab the task list. We're going to do this as soon as possible. And we're going to choose the trigger an item exists, right? So this means that nothing's changed, and we're going to create some business rules. I'll get back to this in a second. So when I click some items, I can create filters by saying if the due date, right, and here's all my fields, is in the next week, right? And the progress does not equal completed, and you can see it building it up here, we're going to send this alert out. So that means if a task is completed and it's due next week, we're not going to send an alert. If within, you could even do is approaching in, let's say, 5 days, right? Send out this alert. Now, what's interesting is if this is running as soon as possible and you send out an alert, you don't want another alert to go out 15 minutes later. So that's where the follow-up wait days comes in. So in this case, once the alert is triggered, it won't send the alert again for as many days as you specify, right? So if you want a reminder to go out every day or every 2 days, or you create multiple alerts, and if it's a week out, you send it one, right? And then you wait 3 or 4 days. And then if it's within 2 days, maybe you want that alert to go out every day, right? And then if it's within a day, maybe you turn it off and it gets it every 15 minutes. But what the key is here is you're managing the alert schedule of when these notifications are going out based on these business rules. Let's look at the last one. Task is past due. So it's essentially the same thing. As soon as possible, we're going to wait every 2 days to send it. An item exists, and where the due date is less than or equal to, and that's today, right? So I don't know why it says that, but there you go. And the like. So in this case, if there is, that's probably not a very good alert, right? Because if the due date is less than or equal to today, we would also want to add and the progress not equal to completed. Right, so you're going to want both of those so that you're not sending alerts on any task that is completed whose due date was before today. So there you go. I believe you can, oh, that's right. So you can either put in a date or you can put in that field, which is today, right? So that was what we did, right? So anyway, I think I messed that up, but you get the idea of what's happening there. So what you'll find is you're going to be creating hundreds of these alerts, right? Against all sorts of lists to do everything that you want to keep those alerts. And then this system will take these alerts and either push it into our Azure environment to run the alerts and send the emails, or it can be fully contained in your Azure environment. If it's in your Azure environment, it's a license maintenance model. If it's in our Azure environment, it's a yearly subscription so that we can keep that Azure environment up and running and scaled just for you. And that is Alerts Plus. Again, we want to thank you all for coming. This product is available for trial today. Just contact us on our website, and we'd be happy to schedule an install of the client side. You can use our backend during the trial free of charge. And let's go out there and make our users more productive with our product. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.